Welcome, welcome. I am Patty Nelson, like having all of your best friends in one room at a time. I love this. I am the founder and president of the amazing Petunia Mafia cycling team. And we are really psyched tonight to be launching our 15th year. Can you believe it? If you're in this picture, raise your hand, Laura. We still have plenty of the OGs that are on the team. How about if you've been on the team for 10 years? Raise your hand. Woo! 5 years? And how about last year? Wow. And you came back? And who is new tonight? Wow. That's awesome. And good for you for showing up. That's like the hardest night, right? So OGs, hang on a second. We're just going to roll through our history a little bit. Tell you a little bit about why and who we are. So in 2009, I was a 40-year-old working single mom trying to find a cycling team, and I was looking for the 4 C's. I wanted camaraderie and community. I didn't want a commitment to a race obligation and being competitive. I wanted consistent rides, a consistent ride schedule, and I wanted cool kids. Petunia Mafia was born, and that we did. These are some fun snapshots from over the years of miles and smiles together. Who we are is we are a 15-year-old team, and annually we have around 400 members, and we proudly host about 400 rides a year. Last year, if my rough math is right, we hosted about 10,000 miles and rode together, and Katie was challenging me. She's like, well, if each of us rode that was actually like 400,000 miles. You are right. We range from 20-year-olds to 60-year-olds. Our 60-year-olds kick our butts consistently.
What about the 70s?
Yeah. Back when we started this, my tagline was always "No angry ovaries." I did not trademark that. Kind of left that in the wings, but the spirit maintains, and I feel really strongly about being friendly to each other, to the community, to other cars, to other cyclists, to being safe, to being inclusive, having no agenda. Leave your political views at home. No drama, no whining, no judging. We believe in praise and acknowledgement, encouraging versus shame, and leading by example. And it's just always a good checkup for me every year to remember to read this, to remind our leaders, and to remind all of you. Who we are a cycling group, and we operate as a group. I can't even tell you what the last few days and last few weeks have been like. Thank you to this board and the contracts to chairs and everything they do to make this happen in the background. So we run as a board of directors, and that includes Katie Fiddler. Can you raise your hand? Katie is the mastermind behind our rides and our trips, so we actually made her title Director of Rides and Tech, that being really Team Snap, that you'll hear about in a second. Kyla is our social director, Director of Happiness. If you don't know how Kyla perfectly describes her. Michelle Dixon, our treasurer and office director. And then new this year is Kristen as marketing director. She's so dang smart, and we're so lucky to have her as a new board member this year. Also new this year, we adopted ride captains. That's to help us organize the actual leaders. And we elected 3 just perfect Petunia Mafia ambassadors. They're so involved in this team. I'm really happy to have Valerie as our road captain, Elizabeth as mountain bike captain, and Katie Sweeney. And I'm a total jerk and screwed up the dates, and she works for Lifetime Fitness and had to go out to an event and missed this by 1 day, but she's gonna head up gravel captain for us. I want to give a shout out to Sarah Bates for helping us organize all those Swift rides, especially in these dark days. And I don't know if Lisa made it tonight, but thank you, Lisa, for helping us with all the cross organization this past fall. If you're a ride leader, can you raise your hand? All 32 of you? Yeah, you heard us right, 32. That's kind of our secret sauce and what makes this team continue after 15 years. Well, many things, but keeping those 400 rides going. And then if you're a previous board member, Deborah and Laura for leading this team for 11 years, and all of you and what you've done over the years to help bring us to where we're at today. Okay, enough rambling from me. We're going to jump into what we're really about mostly, is riding, and Valerie's going to talk to you about that.
I'm not singing with microphones, so you'll have to bear with me.
She said up to the chin. Oh, up to the chin.
All right, so as Patty said, we have 400 rides per year across road, gravel, and mountain, spanning all the levels, green, blue, and black. And may I also say, teal and navy. I swear we're gonna have purple rides by the time I'm done with the season. So rides covering all genres, all levels, with an amazing group of ride leaders to host our rides. They have so many good ideas in store for you. You're gonna have a blast with our ride leaders this year. So new this year, we are really excited to do weekly series rides. This means that every Saturday, you can always count on a green and blue gravel ride posted every Saturday at 9 a.m. Every other Sunday, we will also have a green and blue road ride. Every other Sunday, a green and blue road ride for all the road riders as well. So this will mean that every week, the ride details, the routes, the destinations will always change to be really unique, but know that you can always count on those 9 a.m. weekend rides. We will also continue our weekly series, such as Flagstaff Fridays, Bow Mountain, happy hour rides, all the good stuff during the weeks. And due to all of our wonderful ride leaders, we're just so grateful for you guys constantly posting such an amazing flow of rides, always changing, always being really unique. So hopefully there'll always be something for everyone out there. We are also launching new monthly destination trips happening over the summertime, where we will invite the entire team to join us in Fort Collins, Summit County, and Colorado Springs for gravel, mountain, and road. And you'll have some amazing rides up there, followed by Petunia hangout and happy hours. We'll also do new member rides to welcome the new members, so join us in the beginning of the season. We'll have a couple of those per genre to give just a really warm welcome to those new Petunias. And lastly, keep an eye out for clinics. We'll host clinics for mountain biking, cattle guard clinics, pace lining clinics, and all of those will be posted on the calendars. We love just getting out to all of an amazing series of rides and destinations. It's so much fun stuff to look forward to. We posted some of our favorites up here, venturing out to Old Fall River and Trail Ridge. We'll do another Loveland Pass ride this year in honor of Sweet Julia. Yaya's Orchard, great for those of all levels. Guanella Pass for the fall leaves. Cinnamon Roll, Petunia Mafia Climbing Series, Rollins, and Kenosha for mountain biking. So we're just stoked for all of the amazing rides we have in store this year. And Elizabeth will cover our trips.
Our trips, I get the fun stuff. So hey, I'm Elizabeth, for those of you guys who don't know me. I do road and gravel, and I'm actually new to mountain biking the last 3 years. So I am your captain on that, and we also do fat biking. So I'm going to put a plug in for that. So if anybody wants to try that, just come talk to me or any of the other lovely ladies who join us on fat bike rides. So trips, we have Tucson. It's a gravel trip, and I'm not going to necessarily tell you all the dates because you guys can read it. I think the trip that I am most excited about this year is Palisade. If you haven't been, it's amazing. It's our one big trip that we do for road, gravel, and mountain bike, and it is really not to be missed. And we're going to do that the first weekend of May, and then we're going to bring back Aspen Road this year. So for those of you who've done it, we know the weather can be a little questionable. We're going to hope for some decent weather and be able to get up Independence Pass on our road bikes. And then, of course, in October, we moved Moab from spring to fall. I think it It was amazing last year, so we're going to do that again this year. It'll be a road trip with a mountain bike also. Actually, a mountain bike with road also. I gotta get it right. So please join us on our trips. They're really fun, and it's a great way to meet new people, socialize, and have some amazing times out there. So I don't know what's next. Is it races? Katie.
So we know all the gravel riders love to get out there. So we have selected 4 team races this year. So Ned Gravel, Steamboat Gravel, Salida 76, and Rad Dirt Fest spread out throughout the season. What this means is we want to see as many Petunia Mafia members out there as possible. We're going to have a shakeout ride beforehand. We're going to do a team dinner or happy hour at the event. So if you've done these events before or you're looking just to do your first event, come on out. You'll be sure to see other Petunia members on the course. We also have some great team discounts that we're going to be emailing out this week. So if you're looking to sign up and you haven't done that yet, stay tuned. As always, we'll post lots of different events across road, mountain, and gravel on the calendar, so you can always RSVP though and see who else on the team will be there. Moving on to Team Snap. So if you haven't joined the team yet, go to petuniamafia.com/join. This is going to take you to Team Snap. This is what we use for all of our communication with the team, so you can see all of the events, all of the rides that are coming out. So it's going to become your new favorite app if you haven't used it before. It's a little quirky, but you'll figure it out. We're here to help you. But on the Team Snap app, you're going to see all of our rides and events. Please RSVP if you're coming. You'll be able to see everyone else that's coming, so it's great to see what other teammates are up to. Also, part of Team Snap is we have an amazing chat function. We have chat in all of our different genres, so we have a separate mountain bike, road, and gravel genre, where you can ask lots of questions about tire pressure, what kind of bike everybody's riding. But we also set up last year for the first time an everything off the bike chat. And this is for any other chatter that's out there not related to bike riding. So if you need a pickleball partner or you're looking for a skate skiing buddy, we're a big community, so you can post up in there. But the great thing about Team Snap is it's customizable. So if you're just here to ride a bike, you can opt out of that other chat. You don't need to hear what else is going on. You can turn on and off notifications. So you can definitely modify it to see what you want to see. That was a lot, but if you have other Team Snap questions, go to the website. We have a whole frequently asked questions section. You'll all become Team Snap experts in no time.
Okay, so we've shared quite a bit of information. If you're like, this is great, but I don't remember any of it, how do I follow along day by day, week by week? This is the slide for you. So our website is petuniamafia.com. If you've registered, you've probably already been there, but if you are new or still considering joining, feel free to head there for all of the information we're going through tonight. And we'll have a recording or slides, depending on how technology works out, available on Friday if you want to come back and look at all of this again. Some of the pages on our website are password protected. They're only available for our dues-paying members, so make sure you keep an eye out for an email that'll go out tomorrow that includes that passcode for this year. It does change from year to year, so make sure you keep an eye out for that email tomorrow. Save that one, don't delete it, and then that'll kind of be your go-to for some of the key links that you'll probably want to reference over the year. And then it's the same password for all of the different pages. You don't need a different one. Do follow us on Instagram and Facebook. This will kind of be a place that we'll be sharing content about our sponsors, upcoming events that our sponsors are hosting. We'll have maybe some plugins for things that are off the bike. We'll have fun photos if you were on a ride and you wanted to know, hey, that photo that someone took when we were at Babette's, how do I find it? Follow us on our various social channels, and then you'll be able to follow along with some of those. And then we will be sending out a monthly newsletter, so the first one will go out tomorrow. That'll be kind of the welcome with all of the key information, but keep an eye out for our monthly newsletter. We'll be highlighting some of those upcoming rides that our captains have talked through. We'll have the links to Team Snap there. We'll be highlighting some upcoming events with some of our sponsors. So we won't spam you with email. We'll be judicious with how we use your email, but do keep an eye out for that. And when you log into the website, this will be the main page and everything jumps off from there for our members. That's it.
I I'm Kyla, I'm social. Literally. I think when you join a team called the Petunia Mafia, that implies a level of fun and community. This is not the A1 racing crowd. So that's what we try to do. There are lots of opportunities, monthly, weekly, off the saddle happy hours, other sports, ways to get together, parties, trips, just all of the things. we have gyms in the community who offer us specials, you watch out for them, and your teammates will be there and you can get to know them in other ways, and then have more community and more fun, and that's what we're here for. That's all.
I don't know.
IMG, they are a sponsor of Bike Fitter in Niwot, and they hosted us for lunch last night. Give a discount. Yeah, it's a perfect segue.
Yes,
Brenda can't make it, so she wanted to give a shout out. Brenda.
Oh.
So here to give some sponsor love. So thanks to our gold and silver level sponsors, they are assisting with some financial backing for us to do all the rides and events and trips and all of that stuff that you guys just heard about that comes from their support. So we have a lot of names up here that you're probably going to recognize from the last couple of years. We have Walters and Hodge Setback, and we have realtors and payroll systems and CPAs and a whole list of things that actually Kristen's going to talk about in here in a minute of where you guys can find that. We want to give a big shout out to Rags, who's been with us for the whole 15 years. And then one of our new sponsors this year is Mend Physical Therapy, so look out for specials from them too. And then we also have a lot of businesses that are run by our teammates here too. So those will all be listed in the directory, which I'm Kristen. Yep, or take from.
Okay, hopefully this works and I don't tip over the speaker. So in tomorrow's welcome email, if you're a registered member, you'll see one of the items is a sponsor directory. We've had a very effective sponsor directory in the past, but the board was very excited to deliver happiness and satisfaction at every opportunity. And so we did a refresh of our sponsor directory that I'm just going to preview. It's a very different medium this year. And so when you log in, you can just kind of click through if you want, but everything is going to be clickable for you. So if you're really, really excited about what our bikes and gear sponsors are for the year, you can just click that. It's going to take you right to that section, and then you can go in and look at individual sponsors for that section. And then again, just click to that sponsor. You're going to see their link. Most of the things on here are clickable, so if you go start clicking images, it might take you to their website. But want to make it easy for you to get to our sponsors, leverage the amazing discounts that they offer. You can definitely recoup the cost of your annual membership with just one of these sponsors. Sometimes many times over. We have sponsors who even offer discounts on bikes. So worth its weight in gold to come in, take a look at this. Feel free to kind of toggle through, and then if you have any questions, concerns, feedback on this, let me know. But hopefully it's a fun way to kind of interact with our sponsors here in the new year.
I mean, huge thank you. This has been a dream of mine, and Kristen just went for it because we do have great deals, and it was just so hard to look at that word not getting longer. I think from here, correct me if I'm wrong. Kara, where are you? We're really fortunate to have the rep from Cask and Coup here offering us 40% off again on. This is a one-time at least, and we could run it again potentially later in the year, but if you need a new helmet, which they say should be every 3 years, and certainly if you've fallen on it, you want to take advantage of this. We do have them over on the rack. We have a size set of the Bertoni and the Rex that we're offering. I'm going to shut up because you know this way better than I. Why don't you first describe them, and we'll tell them how they're going to get it.
So we're going to talk about the Petunia, the Rex, and the sunglasses.
Correct. So,
You know.
hi. Nice to meet you, everybody. I wasn't expecting so many people, so thank you for being here. I'm a little bit. I work for Cask. I've been with them for 8 years. I moved to Denver 5 years ago. Cask is an Italian company. Everything is produced in Italy, and we do cycling helmets, ski helmets, horse riding, and also like safety construction helmets. So all what we do is head protection. Protone is our best seller and the most comfortable, the lightest, and the coolest helmet on the market. And I'm so glad that you guys choose that model. And Rex is our best seller for mountain bike option. Ineos, we sponsor Team Ineos, if you are familiar with that. They were using Protone, now they're using a new helmet which hasn't been released yet. So will be released the next year. And then together with the helmets, we also do sunglasses. We have started producing sunglasses in Italy as well 5 years ago. So you guys have an option, so different options: full frame, frameless, half frame, photochromic lenses, big sunglasses, smaller. So a lot of colors and a lot of options. We are Italians and we love to offer way too many colors sometimes. I'm like, why? But yeah, so you have a full options of Pantone colors, and there are some cool options this year, all very like earth and sand and forest oriented. So I'm sure you guys will have fun. We have some samples if you want to try them on, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
How do I follow up with that voice? So yummy. Okay, logistics real quick is the samples are here and they will stay here until February 6th when the order deadline is due. This is on your honor. If you put in Katie created an order form, you'll have access to that in the email that's going out tomorrow. Once they show up, we'll alert you. You'll pick them up at Excel, who's helping us coordinate this. They offer us a lot of great deals throughout the year. You'll go and pick up and pay at Excel. If you order it, we're assuming you are not returning it, okay? So and it's really only gonna take a week. I put February 20th just to buffer it, but really I expect that to be even a week sooner. Because you're so generous, she brought 4 helmets to raffle off. If it's not your size or color, you don't need it, find a sister in cycling you're gonna give it to, but do you wanna go ahead and...
Oh, okay, yes.
We have number 394. Last 3 numbers. 394.
Yeah. I need really good
Number 391. Look at your ticket. 391. She's coming in from the back. Stop. Another one. 377. Nice. So many winners. The last helmet. 3, 6, 5.
All right, who wants to talk about kids? So that was a good segue. You heard Kiara talking about the new sand and Sahara colors and helmets and sunglasses. This time of year when we're getting ready to launch, if you don't know, my day job is not Petunia Mafia Although, funny enough, when we were Team 1020, for the longest time, my boys thought I painted toenails at 1020 for so long every day. That would have been really bad, but I don't have a steady hand. But we started looking around at pop culture and what's trending, what the spring and summer 24 color palette is. If you've been reading about peach fuzz as the Pantone color of the year, we're seeing olives and, again, lots and lots of neutrals, like muddy, mellow colors. Here's a whole strip from Aloe's products. In regards to prints, I'm seeing a return to camo. If you pop into Viore or Lulu right now, they've got camo back, but I'm also seeing it in a more like whimsical, rounded, playful way. As it translates into our orbit, cycling, a lot of the Ford trend right brands right now are showing, again, solid on solid. It was solid tops with crazy bottoms, and now it's just a whole lot of solids, and again, these very muted shades. And I was like, wow, I've thrown a lot at you in the last 15 years, and you guys have been good sports to show wearing it. So I was really nervous. So far, those of you that have previewed the swatches, we have them hanging up by the clothing samples back there. You've seen this is a big departure from us. So the big unveil, if you will. Thank you. The old joke is you're my 400 bridesmaids and I can't make you all happy. But we do our best. And I started, I think it was 3 seasons ago, offering a couple different styles because we're not a traditional race team where we need to be identical. It's kind of fun to show up and be thematic and look like we're a group, but not necessarily all in the same kit. And it's crazy how you guys can mix and match this stuff from over the years too. So we'll see. I don't know how well it's going to really present from up here, but there is a sage blue. It's like a green influence blue with the camel pop on the sleeves. This is Lotus, which you remember that color from last year. That's that slightly off-white cream soy color. And then new this year is the Adobe shade, which again, you'll have to come up and see. But this is if you're looking at like aloe or Aritzia, this is the color that everyone's wearing in yoga right now. And this is the camo, but if you switch to the next slide, I don't know how well this is going to translate. It is actually a tone-on-tone, like we did with the snakeskin last year, of what is a digi rose camo. So it is like a pixelated version of flowers in there, but it will be extremely tonal from 10 and maybe even 5 feet away. It's just going to look like this olive green, and that's just available on the bottoms. As it plays out into all the kit variations that you could order, this is what that might look like. And then I've shown you the mountain bike versions. From that, I'm not going to do it right now because we're getting a little long here, but the team store will show you we've got lightweight long sleeves, thermal long sleeves. There'll be more of a thermal collection, of course, in the fall. There's summer sleeves and caps, and I will say, maybe we'll flip to the next slide. Some of the important things, and Caroline, if you don't mind making your way up here too from Pactimo, I'll start telling you that Pactimo is our apparel brand sponsor, and they really offer the greatest scope of product, I believe. And we are offering 2 of their jerseys in 2 fits, just like we did last year. For those of you who rode last year and the year before, it's basically the same offering. We have 3 bib shorts, and the top one is going to be a 9.5-inch inseam, and they have different features and benefits. The middle one has a cargo pocket on the side this year, and that is an 8.5-inch inseam, and then the entry point with the all-over print and the black and the side panel prints will be either a short or a long version, which is 7.5 or 8.5-inch inseam. Other than that, everything is really the same. I'm going to be in the back after with Caroline, and we're going to help you answer questions. I'm also going to come back next Monday, which is usually an easier night, or any time between now and the next 2 weeks you have to come. And Rags, again, is so gracious to offer us this. I mean, they're not selling anything, right? So we're in their house. I want to make sure we kind of put things back and be tidy when we're in here. Let me just rattle through this, and then we can hit some of those other points. Okay, Team Store, you're going to get access to that in the email. We, this year, I will say, Pactimo, along with pretty much every brand in the industry, had a price increase this year, but they are now, we negotiated 20% off. So the prices are actually less than what you've ever paid before from Pactimo. Let's see, what else did we hit on? Store is indefinitely open. What that means is that the store closes. When does it close? February 6th. Your order has to be in then if you want to get in for the first order. Every time you go to the team store, it's going to show you the order deadline and when it's going to ship. So this is shipping on March 13th. And then it takes sometimes about a week to get to you. It's coming from Asia. And then we will open the store again. And we will do that continuously, usually through almost like at least late summer. So there's always an opportunity, but you're still waiting for that store to close at the end of the month and 6 weeks for it to ship. Does that make sense? Any questions on that so far? Paula?
Is there any way we can get it delivered without having to get home to sign for it?
I feel like they loosened up on that last year. It's a FedEx issue, not Petunia.
Yes, it really depends. It's a FedEx issue. Like the person on my FedEx drop on my front porch, I can put a note to Allison and see if we can actually get that situated. But it's really random. It's either yes and no. It depends on your FedEx person.
It's really frustrating. I mean,
I know. Throw a note on your door. It kind of depends on your driver.
I did that.
I'll try to see if there is an option, but I believe that's a FedEx problem.
Yeah, they've told me that's out of their control, but we will bring it up again. The orders? It'd be too hard because we've got people all over.
So, sometimes, just to answer your question, I know like if you have the tracking number and you can, it's difficult because you're not in charge of the shipping, but sometimes you're able to put a note in going to the tracking and then have notification and say, hey, drop it at my house. But sometimes you do, sometimes it's really random. So try that, but I will try to figure that out. Great, thank you. Of course.
I also want to mention, this is pretty big, you guys. Pactimo was generous and grandfathered us in last year on their fit policy, but we are now operating just like all their other teams, and that is, see if I've got this right. You're allowed one time to do a return, but this year the difference is you've got to pay 50%. So let's say the jersey was $100. If you're going to get a fit swap, a size swap, you'd have to pay $50. You could then put it on our swap list, which we have a shared Google sheet that really does work and try to recoup that money, but that is a change. The other thing Caroline and I really want to call out, you guys probably know this, but it's worth repeating, is first of all, when we've all tried on this stuff, it does tend to loosen up a bit, the samples that we're trying on. And I'm talking things about like the leg gripper and the arms. You're not going to change a whole size, I don't believe. And when it first ships, all of us, even myself, you try it on, you're like, this is tighter than what I tried on. And after probably 3 rides and you're squeezing yourself into it and you're washing and wearing it, I know by the end of the season, I'm like, why are my sleeves now so loose? So just bear that in mind when it first comes out of the bag. Don't freak out, especially if it's an all over print short. Those definitely tend to be really tight first out of the bag.
Yes. I mean, every single time I still, order a lot of product. Every single time I get my shorts, I'm like, oh my gosh, should I go on the scale? Did I gain that much weight? It's awful. So don't worry, it's fine. It's just normal. The material is gonna be stretched. It's coming out of printing. So after couple rides, it should be fine. I also want to insist, I'm here tonight. From the size replacement we had last year or any issue, most of the time is because you're not ordering the right product. So like between the Aero Fit and the traditional, you have to pick what's gonna work for you. The Aero, technically, if you order an Aero, you want almost like a second skin. You want to be super close, super tight. You don't want to order an Aero and have like space in your jersey. You want to like really tight. The traditional, technically, is gonna have shorter sleeves, a little wider, a little more forgiving on the side, but it shouldn't be baggy either. So pay attention. I tagged everything. I know the tag probably gonna be falling off at some point. I did the best, but take a few seconds, look at the product. There's also a sheet where all the product with the color and different things on the end of the rack. If you have question, the colors are technically the range of the product. So like the Summit will be blue, the Ascent will be purple, the Flight's gonna be a reddish Bordeaux color. So it's important to look. Also, if you're not sure about the traditional or Aero Fit on most of the jersey, you're gonna open your collar and you're gonna see a T or A. That's mean Aero traditional. So pay attention, because I think a lot of you who had issued last year is because you tried probably an arrow and you ordered traditional, vice versa. So remember, arrow, squeeze in, and then you don't want to. I mean, it's when you get a little bit on arrow, you're like, oh my gosh, I may just order a traditional, but you want to. It's the purpose. You want to be arrow. You don't want any space. The bib, you want to pay attention to not if it's too stretched, you will know, because if it's too small, the side of the bibs, you're going to see the color through, because technically the printing is on white. So if you stretch the bib too much, you're going to see the color fading. That's mean your bib is too small. So a couple things, I'm here to help tonight, so please don't hesitate to ask questions. If you're not sure, Patty has my email too. Allison is a really good resource, who's the account manager. Shoot us a text, shoot us an email. I'm pretty aware of all the products, so I can help you.
Any other apparel questions that you think everybody in the room is going to want to hear?
Store will go live on the website tomorrow, and the email will go out tomorrow.
Store goes live tomorrow, or the store is live now, but it'll go out in the email that's tomorrow, so you can have access then. Robin?
Just a quick question about the length, because I'm so tall, and a jersey last year was so short for me, it just doesn't work at all.
Do you mind asking which one you got?
Yes, there one that you have a little bit more length in the body, and the arrow versus the traditional.
I think technically the arrow and the traditional are the same length.
Right, okay.
Is the Ascent dough versus the Summit?
So in my opinion, the Ascent is a little more stretchy. So if you want something a little more stretchy, the Ascent, the material is naturally a little more stretchy. So I feel like it would have a little more length naturally, because if you put anything in a pocket or anything, it's gonna go down a little more than either the Flight or the Summit. But if you want to try, and then I can take a look at you and see what